We in this B?
Yeah.
We're in this B. In this B.
What up?
And are we rolling? I think we're rolling.
I need to get my arm back. A little.
Your arm, your boom mic. I don't know. I've been liking the stand lately in the past couple. Have y'all? What do y'all think?
Are we going?
Are we rolling? I hope it's working. I hope everything's working. This has been a cluster.
Well, you gotta clap. Even if you don't need a clap. Clap.
Oh,
hey.
What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Don't Tell Mom podcast. Gotta get hype up in this bitch.
What up, guys?
I got candy right here.
Cullen's got candy, but we promise we're not going to eat it this time.
Oh, big old sour balls.
Stop that rattling.
Oh my gosh.
Cullen loves big balls.
I love big sour balls.
So he brought me some candy because I'm always giving him candy, so that was good. Yes. What's up, guys? We're Britany and Cullen.
Woo.
I'm Britany, that's Cullen. We're the brother-sister duo where anything and everything goes on the Don't Tell Mom podcast.
Don't Tell Mom, episode 83. Welcome back.
What's up, guys?
We don't even know half the time what we're going to talk about on these podcasts. But last week we talked about the black market, and that was fun.
Yeah, it was. That kind of gave me nightmares, Cullen.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
It makes me worried about the world we live in. But yeah. I've got I got a little fun topic for us to discuss today. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. But first, before we get into all that, I want to ask you what's been going on because I know you've got a lot going on. You went this last weekend? You went to Orlando?
Yeah, we went to Orlando. We spent like $2,000. Got ourselves more in debt. Put it all on credit cards.
No, you didn't. No, you better not have.
No, we actually. I've got a vlog I got to post about it. But we took cash and we got reimbursed, or we're getting reimbursed for everything. Nice. But actually came back with cash left. So
sweet. It's like a work trip.
Frugal. Yeah, it was a total work trip. They paid for everything, hotel, transportation, and
that's what's up, man. Who can say no to a free trip?
Oh,
not me. I wish somebody give me a free trip. Let me go to Disney.
The experiences.
I've never been to Disney World.
Oh man, it's kind of what is the word I'm looking for?
Overwhelming.
Overwhelming, but like distorted. It's a distorted reality because I don't know. I think I'm just empathetic with everybody standing in line at 9 o'clock in the morning that have been probably up since 6 to get over there to be the first person in line and still has to wait like 5 hours per ride. And then here we come with our VIP badges on and just snake everybody. And
see, you guys, the less of y'all, the faster it goes for us that don't have those
so
passes.
bad.
So y'all are assholes.
I know. I was like, we're getting the mean looks, but then
hey,
you don't know everybody's backstory or why we're there, and that kind of stuff. So you got to look at it like that, and so you own it at that point. But Cullen
didn't want to be there anyway. He's like, trust me, I want to be skipping line. Actually, you know what? If there is a way to go, like, I don't even think I want to go to an amusement park again, regardless of where it is, if I don't have one of those passes. Like, I feel like I'm at an age in my life where I'm not going to be doing that whole waiting in line business.
Right. Well, that's the whole thing, like, putting it into perspective, I guess. Like, we were standing there, and we had the guided tours and stuff like that where they would tell you everything about the ride first. And then, I don't know, it's like being told what to do is a little bit easier, or being with a, like, organized, like, checklist of things is a lot easier than, like, just throw
willy-nilly.
What do you want to do next?
First? Yeah.
And we were sitting there, like, and we got more done in the 6 hours at that park, or more rides done and more stuff done than we would have ever. It would have taken us 2 weeks to get through everything if we and we tried to explain that to our kids too, like,
this is not how it normally goes.
This is not, like, people literally save up for years to do what we did in a weekend.
That's what makes your job awesome, though.
And it's just that, like, whole, like, oh god, that's like, I feel for the people waiting in line. But then on the flip side, it's like, no, I worked hard to get to this position in life to where we get these requests and these reach outs and that kind of thing.
And at what point, though, does it become, like, not even a thing anymore? Like, I have a lot of friends that are, like, not groupies, but, like, they're in the music industry, and they do, like, lights and sound, and they're stage hands, and they do all the behind the scenes stuff, and it's like, oh, that's so cool, man. You get to go see all these famous performers for free, VIP right next to them on the stage, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, but I also have to work while I'm there, and, it kind of loses its the fun, you know, when you're there having to work. Is that what it feels like, or is it like, because I mean, who can't have fun at Disney World or like Orlando Studios? I mean,
right. Well, sometimes in particular instances, there's I don't want to go on this Harry Potter ride, or like, I don't know, when you're being told where to go and what to do with a big group of other influencers, you just kind of go with it, obviously. But
that's like the old question: do you cruise or do you Airbnb? You're either stuck on the ship or you're free as a bird.
Yeah. And see, even sitting in the hotel room, we saw like a commercial for a Disney cruise, which we got to go on and pay for. Like, it was paid for that too. But it was just another one of those like humbling experiences of like, people are here literally for their like once in a lifetime opportunity,
saved up for 2 years to go on this trip with their kids.
So we can't complain at all. But trying to relay that to your 5-year-old and 3-year-old, I mean, is obviously crazy. But like Gaines, even yesterday morning when she woke up, there's a duck that got in one of the pools the other day, and that was just like the hit of the trip. And then yesterday morning she woke up and saw one of the ducks like just walking around the pool, and we were still asleep, and she came in to the other side of the room and was like, I saw the ducks when I woke up, and it made tears come to my eyes because I just missed them so much. Oh. And then this morning, she even came into the room with Brooks was waking up and had to get help wiping his butt because he took a shit. And Katie was up there, and Katie told me that Gaines came in with like literally tears in her eyes because she missed the ducks. And wanted to go back to the hotel room.
Poor little baby.
But after all that, like out of all that, she remembered, or she didn't remember all the minions and the dinosaurs. Yeah. She remembers the duck. Right, the freaking duck in the pool.
Show y'all like simple kids are. I'm excited about doing that kind of stuff because we never really went. Like, we had the beach. That was our vacation when we were kids growing up. We didn't have these extravagant things, and it's like, I don't know, your kids are super lucky because you have had the opportunity to go do all that stuff, which, makes your job awesome, which is why you're obviously going to keep doing it, right?
Right, totally.
So, I mean, I think that's awesome that they got the experience, but they, like, just don't even understand what kind of experience, because we couldn't afford it. We couldn't afford something like that growing up. We just never could. But I really want to take, like, Sophia and the new baby, like, all my kids, I want to take them. I just think I'm going to wait until they're old enough to remember.
I was about to say that. There was a guy on the plane yesterday, or a family, a couple, and the baby was still real young on the way home. And they had a bottle for her and everything for when they were up in the air to keep her quiet and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But they had their, obviously, you would probably assume anybody coming from Orlando to Birmingham just left Disney World or something. But they had their wristbands, their Disney wristbands on. And I was like, either one, they're really dedicated Disney fans as a parental couple. Right. Because obviously that baby ain't going to remember nothing.
Right. So it was just them and the baby?
It was just them and the baby, but I was like, y'all, I know it's your first baby and you're super excited and all this, but just wait if you can. Don't care. Yeah, and I could say that about all the other trips that we've been on because they're just now getting to the age where
they're going to
remember stuff versus all the other trips we've been on in the past. And
we're going to be saving up for those 5 or 6 years until they're ready to go.
I would totally wait. There was another thing that hit me last night when we were at the airport that it was kind of like, this is cool. Even though they're probably not going to remember it, they're still getting the experience in the mental motion. We're at the airport picking up our luggage and even going to the place, picking up our checked luggage and all that kind of stuff. Just going through the process of everything and them seeing those bags drop down on the little rolly thing and coming around. And I don't know. I feel like it just expands your mind when you travel in general.
Definitely.
And so them seeing that, and then even after we got our bags, I said out loud, I said, okay, now we've got to find our car. Do y'all remember where our car is? And just kind of showing them that it's a step-by-step process to do these things. And
get them used to it. It's like ingrained in them.
Just like, whoa, poof, we're there.
Right.
And it even hit me yesterday when we got to after we got through security at the Orlando airport. I was like, do you remember, Katie, the first time, or do you remember like going on a plane trip with your parents growing up, thinking like, how do they know to do this? Like, because you have to get on the little trolley that shoots you across to Concourse C on the train, and then you got to go to this, gate, blah blah blah. I was like, do you remember the first time you ever took a flight or ever went to an airport by yourself for the very first time without your mom or dad, and like, the process to get to your gate was almost scarier than the actual plane flight itself.
4 hours early.
Yeah, it really. You're literally
if
sitting
you're
there.
really doing it yourself, where you actually like check your car and have to like go, and then you get there and you have to get a rental car, and you're like over 25, and so you're excited. You're like, There
was all this like first time nostalgia that I had playing back through my head yesterday, because we've done it so much over the past several years that we just did it without even like thinking about it. It was like me and Katie could just look at each other and read each other's eyes, or, just know that she's going to take a right because that's where the sign says to go. She's checking the flight, making sure we're all getting to the right gate. And
she got Gaze's hand.
I'm doing this and she's doing that. Right. Like there's just all this like nonverbal communication going on. Versus like, okay, no, wait, hang on, let me get this out. Check your passport. I mean,
You're already ready.
Check your boarding pass. Make sure.
See, I like flying with folks like you. You go into the short line. You got your shoes off already. You're ready to go. You don't even need that belt. You didn't even bring a belt. You know what I mean? Like, I like following people like that. Anytime do you ever like go and even though you have kids, like I'm not about to get in the line where there's kids. When you're going like through security and you have to like put all your stuff on the thing, and like if you get an option of which line to go through, like all those little things. I actually miss the airport. Like I miss going to the airport all the time, because when I was living in Denver, I was literally flying all the time, and I had like my routine, right? So it's just like at Birmingham Airport, Denver Airport was like my home away from home, and I had my routine because I'd get there early and I'd go through, and I would always go by and get a magazine because you didn't have Wi-Fi. You had to turn everything off. So I'd start the magazine in the first while you're going up into the air, and then I'd finish it and then I'd put my movie on when I was up there, and then I'd finish the magazine. So I'd read the first half and the last half when I was going up or down. But I always had a Pizza Hut pizza. Like I knew exactly where I was going. I was going to this store to get my Pizza Hut pizza. I was going to this store to get my magazine and my coat. I was going to go ahead and go. I had my headphones in. I was looking down. Don't make eye contact. You know what I mean? Unless you're feeling friendly, and then you can, look around. And just that process, it's like it's second nature. But that's what's good about like taking your kids. I think when they are young, even if they don't remember it, they're going to see the pictures later on, right? The videos. Yeah. And then it's going to be like ingrained in them. Like, oh yeah, you remember last time. It's like, yeah, I do remember last time. Like the next time you fly, y'all are going to be like, Gaines, Brooks, you remember what we do now? Now we put our stuff on the belt. And then
right.
You know what I mean?
think we counted like in 2016 when we talked about this in our vlogs about how that was like our big year financially and travel-wise too, but I think 2016, when Gaines was, before she was even a year old, we counted that she had been on 42 airplanes or something. And that's counting layovers and stuff like that. Yeah. Because it's still an airplane, like you're still
just changing planes, yeah.
But we were like, golly, she has been on 42 flights and doesn't remember any of them until just recently.
Now I bet she's really good when she's on one, too.
Yeah, now she knows the process, and, it's just like, boom, puts on her iPad with their headphones and sits back and...
Yeah, don't bother me. I'm watching my my cartoons. I had stories on.
Sit next to a guy on the plane. We had three on one side, and so it's the kids and Katie, and then I got on the end cap on one, and I sat next to a guy who's sitting in the window and... sat down and he was reading a book already, But you know how you just get that look from somebody and you're like, oh, he's going to want to freaking Chatterson. And I'm like wanting to watch my Don't F with Cats Netflix that I've pre-downloaded.
That was thanks to me.
Yes.
From last episode.
I got after episode 1 or episode 1, I was like, oh, I got to see what happens next. And so anyway, I start putting that in and I look over and his book, the book he's reading is called How to Talk to Strangers or something. And I'm like, oh no, he's really going to want to talk.
You're trying to transfer those new skills.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's like a nonfiction or fiction book or whatever. Like this
is like a step by step.
He didn't bother me, but there was one point during the flight, he like reached down to get some out of his bag and pulls out a pack of gum and then like does the motion over to me and I was like caught off guard and I was like, oh, what is that? Oh, sure. And so I took a piece of gum from a stranger. Well, no, and then
set a real good example for your kids, Cullen.
I was like, sure. And then like all this stuff was going through my head, like, was this gum poison? Am I starting to see? Like, am I starting to trip and hallucinate? Did he give me something to like? Does my breath stink? Yeah. Like I was like self-sabotaging myself.
Paranoid, yeah.
And then I was like, is he expecting me to like return the favor by talking to him now?
No.
But then we got
I'm that
up.
girl. I'll give you candy, but just don't talk to me.
Yeah, and we got up and he got off the plane before me because I had to get all the kids stuff. I was like, thanks for the gum, man. He's like, oh yeah, no problem. So it was cool, but yeah, no, it was a fun trip. We had a good time.
It's that weird, you never know. But sometimes, it'll surprise you. I challenge you next time you're on a flight, take your earphones out, look up, make eye contact, and you might just meet somebody that blows your mind. You know
I actually did one time on a flight meet a lady that actually ended up going to our church, and we chatted it up the whole time. And it was a good conversation. It was one of those. It wasn't
like awkward when you get to the point where you're like, okay, well, we've kind of covered all the small talk things. Can I watch my video now?
Yeah. No, it was good. But, yeah, no, I've had the conversations. Our old dive coach, Charlie, is a travel connoisseur, and he is also a talker sewer. Like, he will talk to a brick wall. And he was one of those that I remember flying with a couple times. Because I worked with him
post. Hey, how you doing? Get shaking hands.
He would talk to anybody in the elevator, and like I'd be dog tired, exhausted, and he'd just strike up a conversation with somebody. I'm like, God, how do you still have the capacity to even comprehend what you're saying? Like,
yeah.
And then I was just telling Britany, I feel like we just got back off of a 2-week-long trip, even though it was only 2 days.
Beat you up
because of the thing with these paid for sponsored trips is they have an agenda, and you have to get off the plane and immediately get to the hotel, immediately check in, immediately get to your room, and then have like an hour, change clothes, and then go to the event.
It's stressful, y'all. I did my first one a couple weeks ago, and it was like, damn, we got to do all these. I can't go. Like, I need a minute.
Yeah, right.
I need to chill out and like take my shoes off, get my bra off for a second, just hang out. But I mean, I don't know. I think that it's awesome that you get to go on these trips, but at the same time, it is definitely working. Like, because I never really understood that. I was like, that's awesome that they're going to go all these places, but like until I went on that one that I did a couple weeks ago, I'd never been on like a go here to promote us kind of thing before.
Yeah.
To have an itinerary, it makes it a job. It's like, I don't want an itinerary. I'm not a cruise ship kind of person. I've never been on a cruise before because I don't want to have to be somewhere to be back on a boat. Like, I knew myself, I was never going to get back to the boat in time. Like,
right.
This is in 2 ways. Me start on the cruise and come home on a flight, or me start on a flight and come home on a flight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, actually, on the second day we were there, we had to, our kids were done. Like, one, the time change is a factor, but two, they didn't get to bed till like 9:45 the night before. Then we had to be downstairs to meet the shuttle to go over to Universal at like 8 o'clock that morning. And so getting them down there on time was stressful, and then just having to go through the VIP experience. You have to meet in this big room and all this and that and the other, and then come 2 o'clock. Granted, the lunches were provided, everything was provided, and the rides. And I think that was another thing. The stress level was really high because our kids are so young still. Like, anytime you mention roller coaster, Gaines was like, I'm not doing that. And,
oh, she's not a roller coaster. Brooks is though.
but he is, and then but he was like 2 inches too short for some of the stuff. But a lot of them were those stationary type rides where you just like sit in the chair and there's like an IMAX 3D type thing, and then the chair just moves back and forth up and down, and you're wearing 3D glasses. We did the Jimmy Fallon.
Those make me sick sometimes.
Oh, I know. And we did the Minion thing, and it's like jerking you, and then like if you go into water, the thing in front of you squirts you in the face with a little bit of water, and then like your fan's blowing you in the face, so it's realistic.
Yeah, it feels for real.
At 2:00 or I think 1:32 on the second day, we still had like 4 things to do, but we had to tell or ask the person in charge if we could take them back to the hotel to get a nap and then meet them back over here. But she even said, no, we're good. Y'all are done. If y'all are done, you don't have to come back because we only have this, and this to do, and it's not that big of a deal. So, and I think we weren't. I saw the lady later when I was getting dinner.
Please let us out of this. We gotta go.
She said that they like let everybody go a little early because it's intense, especially with the families and.
I can imagine, man, having to take the family with you everywhere. Well, I'm glad you had fun anyway.
Yeah,
it seemed like the kids, I saw y'all last night, it seemed like the kids had a great time. They all had their dinosaur stuffed animals and stuff, and Brooks was like so excited to tell me everything, so that was fun. And I'm going to definitely do those kind of things with my kids. It's just going to be later on, I think, and I'm going to have to, save up for them unless somebody wants me to go and then call me.
Get them Orlando Universal. What is it? Universal Orlando?
Well, what we're going to do, instead of putting any money into that, we're going to spend all our money right here in our house, making a little adult playground for us in the Speakeasy, which we're almost done with. I'm so excited.
We need to podcast from there one day.
I know, we're going to podcast from the Speakeasy. I've been, as y'all can hear, my voice is going out because I've been so sick.
Yeah, how have you been? You're what? Like,
I'm dying.
How far along? Katie saw one of your pictures.
Weeks.
She was like, she's already 22 weeks?
Yeah. Because I remember with Sophia, every week I would put up a picture showing you what week we were on.
Oh, yeah.
We did a chalkboard with my belly so you could see how big my belly was getting. Well, this time we're not doing that. We're not doing any of the same things that we did with the first baby and the second baby. I feel really bad about it, but it's I just don't feel like we don't feel like doing it. I am literally as big now as I was when I had her.
They come out quicker or pop out a lot more the second time around.
I'm so big.
Everything's all loosened up a little bit.
But now it's I have to be that 9-month pregnant body for 2 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's I don't want 3 months. I got
a little more wiggle room in there.
God, and our baby's apparently we went to the doctor and the baby is a big baby. She's 94 percentile inside my tummy. So she's we got to keep an eye on this because she's a big old girl.
Yeah.
And I'm great. I'm going to have this giant baby, and I want to give birth naturally. So that's frightening, to say the least.
Oh, man.
I was a 10-pound, 9-ounce baby. Cullen was over 9. Annie was over 9. My husband was 9 pounds, 5 ounces. So, it's
Sophia's
a scary thought.
Growing out of all the hand-me-downs left and right every week.
Crazy. She's huge.
Crazy.
She was literally next to my friends. We went and took her on a little play date. And my friend's baby is 2 months younger. Mm-hmm. Only 2 months younger. So, and they're sitting side by side, and it looks like Sophia could eat her. She's so much bigger, just taller. Her hands are so much bigger. It's just there's no way. And I don't even, it's where are these growth spurts coming from? Where does it, when does it happen? Because I'm literally looking at you all day, every day. When did you just grow a foot? Already?
We noticed, Christmas break, Brooks is usually the one that shoots up a foot during Christmas break. I guess it's just the home cooking, the being at home, and all that kind of stuff. Katie posted a picture last week with this pants that she had just bought with 4 inches showing. But then she went back in her memories and she posted the same thing in January of last year. And she was like, he must have a growth spurt during Christmas break.
Right. And there goes thank you, Facebook memories.
Yeah.
On top of things.
It was funny. We were standing in the tarmac or whatever it is to get on the plane yesterday in the family boarding section. This kid was screaming. Dad was holding him. And the mom was talking to another mom. And she was she said something her first one, she was the angel baby. She was just perfect and everything. And we wanted about 4 kids, and then and the kids still screaming, and then he came along, and now we decided we're done. And me and Katie just looked at each other. I wanted to just shout out like, sounds familiar,
right? Give him a hug.
Like, oh my god, like totally our life. That's exactly what happened.
No, don't say that. I don't think that. I don't know. I don't want that to be.
But
the case
we had
us.
A girl and a boy first. Like, you're having two
girls. So. Everybody. I talked to a guy the other day. He was like, I had 4 girls and a boy. And then he was like, I would have taken 5 girls. Because he was like, the boys are just so much different. Which, I don't know, if you're a boy mom, you're like, some people, they have boys and they're like, the boys are the good one, the girls are the bad one. So I think it's just,
It depends on the order, too. Like, if you have the boy first versus, like...
Yeah, if you have them second.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. So we're going to take a year off.
22 weeks.
22 weeks. I'm exhausted, and I've been sick, so I've had strep throat. I think it was strep throat. I don't know. I just got sick. I think it was you and your disease-carrying monkeys came over.
We came over
when
for
y'all
Christmas.
came over for Christmas, got us sick. But I feel like we've been sick for like 2 weeks, and it's me and Sophia, don't feel good. And so we're trying to come out of that, but I've been hoping to do a lot more work down here on the bar, but I hadn't been able to get it done. Today, we're actually going to do our name reveal, so I'm super excited about that.
Oh, that's going up?
I accidentally forgot to edit out a part of my vlog the other day where the nurse said her name.
Oh,
and,
I cut out,
I cut out all the part. But anyway, so it was a little slip, but we're going to actually do the name reveal because I had a cute idea for it, for Halloween. It was the bun in the oven.
Oh, yeah.
So this, for our name reveal, I've got a pretty song and stuff, and I'm going to do a little video of us baking cookies. So me, Sophia, and Corey are actually baking cookies tonight. I got her a little apron. She's going to look so cute.
So by the time this is up, your name reveal
it might be up tomorrow at the same time. Or,
same time?
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe.
Or Wednesday. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But we're going to do...
Check it out.
Yeah, we're going to check... Y'all check that out. We're going to bake some cookies, and we're going to have her name... I saw one like that on YouTube. And was like, I want to do something like that, because that's pretty. And
nice and easy.
Yeah, we did something sweet for Sophia, so I definitely don't want her to miss out on... all the things we did and be like, why can Sophia go back and look at all these sweet things you did for her when you were pregnant with her, but I got nothing.
Exactly what we did with Brooks.
A single chalkboard with my week on it and what was going on. But
we did all the fruit pictures every week, holding it up next to games.
You're like, we are not doing that this time.
Brooks
no
was
way.
just like, here we go, we're just in survival mode.
Yeah. So
it's I think pretty common.
I hope it's not it's crazy, Cullen, because I've been looking around. I'll be at the grocery store and be like, wait, so how am I going to do this with 2? I think it's starting to hit me, how am I supposed to do this with 2? I don't have that many arms,
Yeah.
So I got to get a double stroller, and I got to get...
Yeah, that's so funny, too, because in the airport yesterday, I had Brooks's hand, Katie had Gaines' hand, and she looked back, and she's like, how did we do this with another one? What? I was like, would you have a double stroller with one of those little skateboard things on it, and Gaines will be standing on that skateboard platform? You can get a stroller with a... one of those
hop on,
and
like a trolley. Yeah.
But still, we didn't even bring a stroller this time around, so it was interesting for them. God,
y'all are both walking, or you're carrying them.
We're all walking, and see, that was another. Just kind of going back a little bit. That was another realization. They have never not been in a stroller when we go to a crowded place necessarily like that, where we're having to walk fast to get to somewhere else. And they're so enthralled or distracted
that they could run out and touch it.
That or they could just be sitting there. And there were 4 times where Gaines literally walked into somebody, because she was just looking at the mannequin or something and just just nailed. And we're like,
didn't know how to steer herself.
Yeah, on the way there, we had to tell her 5 times, you have to watch where you're going, and you have to look in front of you. And at first they were just cannons just running in front of us. And then we kind of reeled them back in a little bit. And then we explained to her, even at the hotel, she gets there, just runs into somebody's leg. We're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
she's blind.
You got to tell them. Yeah, you got to say, excuse me, or you're sorry or something. But then by the time we got back to the airport and everything, I heard her say, I'm sorry, or excuse me, 4 times, and they stayed next to us. So it was just a learning curve of we're not in a stroller where we just get to look around and be pushed.
Yeah.
I'm actually having to use my coordination.
To function.
Yeah, to my feet.
So they're going to find out real quick that this ain't fun. I want to go back in the stroller.
Yeah,
Hell,
right.
I want a stroller.
I know. That's what we were saying at the park. We were like, I cannot wait till they're big enough to where they can push us and we can just get an adult stroller if they have those.
That would be awesome.
That'd be fun.
I like it, dude. All right, well, what else has been going on? I know you went to Orlando, but before that, for pretty much all last week, y'all were doing a bunch of stuff on debt.
Yeah, we've gotten on the
house and
debt train.
A friend of mine, y'all, this morning posted on Facebook about how she has like been inspired by you to like go out and do the Dave Ramsey thing.
There's been like hundreds, thousands of comments on the past 4 videos on our main channel that. We've got them set to where we have to approve them, and I can't even keep up with it, especially with our traveling and stuff. I've got to go back and do that. But
yeah,
I mean, it has been insane because it's just one of those things we've talked about it on the podcast that you don't talk about is money, politics, and religion. Yeah, and so we're like airing all our money out there. Or lack of
I like
money.
it though. I mean, it's cool to be able to see like, okay, this isn't just like this happens to everybody. Everybody gets in these little bonds.
Yeah. I
have a question. Have you ever? I haven't watched all of them. I've watched some of your videos, but my question, I guess I don't know. For me, like, would you ever do bankruptcy if you needed to, or is it not in that?
I don't know.
It's not that far.
Yeah, I don't even like know anything about bankruptcy.
Well, that's the one thing about our country is that you get a free pass one time. So, you know what I mean? Like that's pretty much.
There have been comments that say, "Would y'all consider filing bankruptcy?" And I have no. I
don't know if y'all are like far enough in
of
debt to where you would need to do that. I don't think.
Yeah, no, I don't think we are, and I don't think. I think we've got a good.
I wonder what Dave Ramsey says about that. I'm interested in him. I've just never actually gone and listened to it. You know what I mean? Like I've listened to a lot of other people that have talked about it, and it's like we gotta have money to budget your money.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, you do, but you don't. I mean, you do, yeah. But listen to his podcast because that's where you get the like. I think the more. You get a variety of calls that come in that
are asking the questions.
That are asking these questions, yeah, and that kind of thing. But yeah, it's his podcast is like it's basically his radio show split up into 3 sections every day. So you don't have to listen to the whole radio, but it's incredible. But
y'all got all y'all's own little like lingo and Dave Ramsey is like isms,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, what are y'all talking about? Like you're out of the circle if you don't know.
In the budget committee, the BCM.
I bet he's rolling in it though. What's up, Dave Ramsey?
Oh, he is.
I bet you made so much money.
He had to file for bankruptcy twice before he got to this status that he's in. And that's the thing we've talked about on one of the videos. Is
he's just taking money from all the people that can't afford it.
Yeah, right.
That's how you make your money.
No, he's not. He's like it boils down to just like grandmother type mentality of like
pinching pennies.
Put your money in an envelope and take it to the store with you.
Yeah, what happened to piggy banks? Let's bring piggy banks back.
Exactly. It's so simple. Like he basically makes it idiot proof.
I think that with any I'm going to give you my advice for free. You don't even have to listen to the podcast. I think that like in a relationship there can be 2 people. You can't have 2 of the same people. I'm the spender. Yeah. Corey's the saver.
That's what Dave says. He says every relationship has a free spirit.
Look at that. Me and Dave could be
and a nerd.
Yeah.
Every relationship has a free spirit and a nerd. So I'm the free spirit. Katie's the nerd. You got a math guru in the relationship, or somebody that likes statistics and graphs and Excel spreadsheets, and then you got somebody that's all willy nilly and just
can't even write with a pencil.
Right?
Yeah, I'm the willy nilly. But here's the thing: I am a very thrifty person, Cullen.
Right. So y'all would get even.
We actually
more.
do okay together. Yeah. It's like I spend where Corey won't buy shoes for 5 years, and he's walking around with holes in his shoes because it's not of importance to him. I'm the one that will go find you shoes, but for a discounted rate. Like I'm gonna get you that 50% off shoe. You know what I mean? Like I'm a very thrifty person. My 3 favorite places are the dollar store, the thrift store, and now the 25-cent store. Those are like that's my jam right there. I love going if I'm gonna go out to lunch, I would rather go somewhere where I have a coupon for. Yeah. Even if I'm gonna pay the same price at both places, at least at this place I got a free appetizer out of the deal. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
see, I would do good on Dave Ramsey because he's just his practice and principles are just so easy, but it's so hard. Like it's so hard to understand unless you like just listen to his book on Audible or.
I'm going to listen to it. Cullen, I have actually really been getting into podcasts. You know, we've been doing the podcast for our podcast for so long now, but until recently, I wasn't like one that would listen to a podcast, you know? So I've recently kind of become that person, and I'm so excited because it's like, I figured it out, y'all. Podcasts are like books.
Yeah.
But you don't have to read them. Like, you know, you get them like very fast. It's very
Audible
like
too, yeah. And you can even set the speed.
I can't do Audible because I don't like the voices on there.
Dave Ramsey, I think, is his own voice on Audible, so that's good. But
He has a good voice.
But you can turn the speed up to 1.25, so you get through it even faster than what it says. You know, it'll say this book is.
And then they're talking like this, and they're going really fast, and you're.
But your brain like picks it up faster than what it's spit out at. Do y'all listen to this podcast sped up? I wonder. Because that's one of Katie's things too. She'll turn on even on YouTube now. You can set the speed on YouTube videos to go faster.
Yeah.
And at first it sounds weird, but then once you get used to the sped upness or whatever,
I'm an old fashioned kind of person. I do like just reading a book. You know what I mean? I'm cool with just reading it. Let my mind soak it up on my own time. But I mean the age that we're in now, we're in here and now, and give it to me fast. So I've been listening to lots of podcasts, Cullen. I've been like trying anyway. My go-to is music. I'm like, when I get in the car, I don't automatically think, oh, let me put on that podcast I was listening to. I automatically think, okay, here, let me put my jam on, my playlist, my station.
I've flipped over. I literally turned the radio off.
You just can't wait to get in the car and turn your talk radio on.
No, I turned the radio off and put my AirPods in and turn on a podcast.
See? That's crazy.
Like, I can't listen to the radio anymore because it's my podcast time, my thinking time.
Get that out of here. See, I don't know. I live for music, so I can't, I've definitely got to balance the two. But speaking of podcasts and things that I've been listening to, I've come across one, and it's such a cool concept. It's these two guys, Dave or something, and I forget the other guy's name. But anyway, it's called, they do their podcast on Tuesdays, and it's called 20 Question Tuesdays. And so it's these two guys, and they ask each other these really insightful questions. Well, I didn't sit down and think of questions, but I thought it'd be fun, Cullen, for us to play a game because it's like hypothetical questions. Uh-huh. So a lot of them are that I've found. I've been looking up some. A lot of them are just thought-provoking, conversation-starting kind of questions. So I want to give you a few, Cullen. We're going to do our Cullen and Britany version of 20 Questions Tuesday.
20 Questions Tuesday.
Are you ready?
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, question number 1. You are offered a pill that makes you 25% more intelligent. That's a lot, Cullen.
Okay.
But permanently...
That's a lot.
But permanently removes your hair, including your eyebrows. Do you take it?
Oh, damn.
You're a hairless smart guy. 25% smarter would put him almost at my level.
Right? Oh, shit.
Where we could have a conversation. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. Yeah, because I could paint my eyebrows on, I guess, and I could go bald. Yeah, I'd be smarter. And then, I'd like to be smarter because then we'd be able to, capitalize on
it's like the question, there's
things
another
better.
one. Would you rather be prettier or what was it?
Dumber.
Would you rather be? Yeah. Would you rather be? If you lost your looks, or you could be prettier, but that meant that you would be dumber. Would you?
Yeah, because there's a lot of pretty dumb people.
Yeah, they probably got it better in life.
Yeah,
they got it made. Okay, so that wasn't one, but anyway, here's my next one. If a close friend murdered someone for a good reason. Okay, but you couldn't go to the police. How would you dispose of the body? Or would you turn them in? So it was either okay, she killed this guy for a good reason. He was a bad guy.
Somebody screwed with one of my kids, and I had a friend kill that guy.
Yeah,
that'd be a good reason.
That guy in?
That'd be a good reason. I don't condone.
Would you turn your friend in for killing
murdering
him?
Or anything? But if you did something for
you had to help dispose of the body though, if you're not going to turn him in.
Then you get around.
I've seen this predicament in movies. I think where it's okay, I'm not going to turn you in, but then later on they go back and they go to the police and they're like, I helped, and then you're in trouble.
How would you dispose of the body? You said.
Mm-hmm.
I like that you. I like your ice block theory the other day.
Oh, yeah.
We were randomly talking about something. You get an ice block and put it on the gas pedal of a car and put the body in there. and just let it run off the bridge, and then the ice melts, and then to make it look like he ran the car off the bridge and killed himself, then you're good.
Yeah, but we weren't talking about that, Cullen. We were talking about how to get the insurance money for
No, I know. Yeah.
Cullen's turned a fraud into a murder.
It could go both ways. Then you get the insurance money. They stole your car. They ran it off a bridge, and they ended up killing themselves. So, I don't know. That'd be a triple whammy.
You got the money. No, I don't know. My answer to that, I think, is like if my best friend. What was I watching? I was watching something where this happened. It was like their best friend murdered somebody, and they had to help him figure out. Maybe it was a Ted Bundy, and I don't know. It was something where he like his friend was like, "Hey, go to my house. All the pictures of all the people I've killed are in a shoebox, right?" It was like, "Go to my house, get the shoebox, take it to your house," or like the murder weapon is at my house, and they're like, "Hey, go to my house, get that murder weapon, and take it out of there before the police get there." Like, you know what I mean? Like. It's hot right now. Like I need you to, red team go. Like let's get everything out of the house. Would you do it, or would you be like? I've been in that situation before. Where it was like red team go, get everything in the house, and in the moment, in the adrenaline, you're like, oh shit, the cops are coming, we gotta go. Like you get everything out of the house, but it's like, would you do that knowing? Like now, no.
No.
Nah, homie, you caught. I'm sorry, I got a family. I can't be doing. I can't be getting caught up in your shit.
Suffer your consequences.
But if you were going to, I think the best way is like, what was that movie where they poured acid over the body? Oh yeah, it's this Snowfall. This show I'm watching. Y'all gotta go watch it. It's so good. But that's how they dispose of the body. It's an FBI agent actually doing the killings and stuff in this show. But it's like some kind of acid, and it just takes away everything, teeth and everything.
Whoa.
Like yeah, because if you don't want your friend to get caught,
yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm into the whole I'm into all that crime stuff, so I've seen a lot of it. But anyway, okay. So what would you do? This is a good age old question. What would you do if you had found out you had 24 hours to live?
I'd go skydiving. I'd go Rocky Mountain climbing.
What would you do for 24 hours? You got to be like...
I would go see as many family members as I could.
Oh, thanks, Cullen. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I see you every day, so I'd see everybody.
I'd be like, love you guys, but I got some other shit. I mean, realistically, though, it's not like you can hop on a flight to Paris or something that's going to take 16 of your hours up.
Or, yeah, you
got to do things around
the
neighborhood.
You go, back across the globe, and does that give you more time?
No, I don't think that works.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't... At that point in time, it's obvious that, none of this shit matters. Any of the stuff you got. So, I'll just go spend time with family.
Yeah, I would cuddle up. I'm a cuddle bug. I would get my husband in the bed, and we'd cuddle up and watch movies and hang out with our babies and drink hot cocoa. And those are my favorite days anyway. Those rainy days where you just cuddle up on the couch loving on each other. And
then I'd get somebody to just inject NyQuil into me or something, or what are those?
No, you're not trying to go in for suicide.
No, I'm just saying when it's bedtime or something, it's time to go to sleep. I don't even know if I would go to sleep with 24 hours left. But then, how did you die? I don't know. I just want to die peacefully, in my sleep. So, yeah, cuddle up, fall asleep.
I got some more, Cullen. Hang on.
Be gone.
That's it, right? Just cuddle up. You don't want to, kill yourself, though. It's not like you're going to die painfully.
Yeah.
Okay, if you had to give up television or the internet, which would you choose?
Television.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, television's almost gone anyway, in general.
If you were president of the United States, what would you do on your first day?
I'd
have sex with my husband in the Oval Office. I'm just saying.
Oh, man. On the first day? Golly, that's a tough question. I would freaking take the stigma down of, having to wear, I don't know, I'd just be walking around in my boxers.
Smoking cigars.
Yeah, a year ago, I would have been I'd have lit a blunt and just been let's go.
I'm here. Well, you don't want to get impeached the first day.
I don't know. That maybe would not. That probably keep me in there for
right. You
good
get
while
half.
this day and age.
You get 60% on your side. Listen. Would you rather live for another 60 years but not be able to leave your house ever again, or live for 10 more years and be free to go wherever you want? 60 or 10.
I think I would probably dive like hermitness or reclusiveness or something if I had to not go anywhere. Cabin fever. I would die of cabin fever.
Yeah.
If I couldn't go anywhere. Or 10 years and be able to go wherever I
can people come over?
Yeah, right. That's true. Yeah.
60 years, like, to watch your kids grow up and stuff?
Yeah.
Or 10 years?
I don't know. I know there are people out there that, like, have, like, a phobia of, like, leaving their house or their area.
Right.
And it's got to be hard. I don't know. That's tough. That's a tough question.
I think I'd be 60 years and stay home. I'm a homebody these days anyway.
Yeah, that's true. There are days. I mean, there are times.
As long as Corey can go out in the world and scavenge, you know what I mean? Go get me food and snacks and stuff. Like, I'll be fine. And as long as we still have the internet. This is a good one. What amount of money per month would it take for you to give up your mobile phone forever? You never have a phone again. You can never have a mobile. Which is crazy to think that we spent the first half of our lives without one. Because now
as long as I got a computer, I could do anything.
Cullen, he's a cheat. Y'all know what he means.
Yeah. No.
I mean, think about it though. Your phone. Okay, what amount? They want you to put a price on it.
I don't know. That would be a tough one.
A dollar sign that says more
what
about
amount
your phone
a month?
obsession.
Right.
I'd say like I don't know, 50 mil.
A month?
Yeah. Is that unrealistic? Is that unreasonable?
Yeah, no. Like, you know how much stuff you get for 50 mil a month?
I can get all kinds of cool stuff. I can have a drone.
Replace the
I can
phone?
have flying pigeons. One for every friend. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it would be good.
Yeah.
Would you rather be a deep sea diver or an astronaut?
Oh, did we talk about that on a podcast? I said, would you rather go to space or would you rather go in a submarine as far down into the world? And I think we did talk about that.
Maybe.
I would be astronaut because, like we said, I think on one podcast, like you don't know what the hell's down there.
On me.
You don't know what is down there.
It's the real unknown. Okay, would you rather travel the rest of your life only staying in one place for 3 months at a time, or never leave your home state again? That's a good one. You could never like have a home for more than 3 months at a time. Like you would never have a home again. At my 20s, I'd have been like, bye.
I was about to say, like, but what we're just talking about, like the experience and the memories and the knowledge that you gain from traveling and the abundant, like, but
it's
then
fun.
It's in 3 months is a good little.
But you can never leave your home state again. You can never leave Alabama. Like Alabama's beautiful and everything, but it's like there's so much more to see. You know what? No, I'd stay home.
I probably would have to stay home.
No, I just can't. Like, I lived out of a suitcase for, like, my whole 20s, and I just can't do it again.
Once you get situated, yeah.
I'm situated. I want to hoard some shit. I like having a basement and attic space for things. You know, like, I have those memories.
Yeah.
Right now, asking me right now, no.
You never have, like, a sweet home base.
When I was 18, no. I'd be gone. Y'all would have never, you know.
Yeah,
just been my life. Be like, well, I'll be here in the next 3 months, so
yeah,
come holler at me.
I'd have to stay.
Yeah? Okay. That's 2 for staying. Okay, Cullen, if you could breed a hybrid animal of any 2 species, what would you choose? That's a good
turtle shark.
Turtle shark, turtle shark.
Could you imagine a shark, like a shark?
Why? The slowest shark ever?
No.
What side's the front, what's the back?
Yeah, no, it would be the fastest shark ever with a shell protection.
And what? Well, so it has like the head that pops out
as a shark, and the tail is and he's got the shell around him, so he's like a freaking.
I was thinking like the front half
shark.
Is one way, the back half is another. Like you were like a really nice turtle on the front.
I'm just like
really
combining
fast
features. Yeah, a turtle shark or like a.
What if you're just a really slow shark?
Yeah, that would suck.
I'm coming to get you. I don't know. I'd want to be like a dolphin in a leopard. You know what I mean? Like be really fast, quick on sea and land. No, wait. I gotta be a bird. I gotta be a bird.
Oh yeah, you gotta fly.
A dolphin bird.
Yeah,
I'm the smartest creature on earth, and I can fly.
And you can fly. So and like dolphins already jump out of the water, and then you just take off, just
peace. I'm going to my next pond. Yeah,
and then jump into the next. No, that'd be cool.
That would be cool. I'm a dolphin bird.
I want to know that in the comments. Like, what is y'all's two hybrid animals like dream? I'm trying to think. There's other ones that like a cheetah. Oh gosh,
cheetah. That's what I was saying. Not a leopard, a cheetah.
Or like an elephant. And I
don't want to be an elephant and have people coming after me for my husks.
Well, but so you could hybrid with something else, like a damn, shoot.
A lion, a dinosaur.
Yeah, like a lion elephant. Like nobody gonna mess with that.
Would you rather be a dinosaur or a tank?
A dinosaur or a tank?
Yeah,
like a war tank.
Yeah.
A war tank. What?
I just made that one up. Yeah, this is a good one. Would you accept a $30,000 a week job offer where you get paid to sit in a pitch black room and do nothing for 8 hours a day? Yeah.
No.
$30,000 a week, my brother.
You would lose. No. There was
bye. Good night. It's called sleeping.
Well, no, but there was a guy I watched on Justin TV that live streamed himself in a box. Like he like literally put himself in a box, and he didn't have concept of day or night, and he would only get fed like through a hole essentially. And he was at the end of the day, I would go every morning and check on him, and he was going crazy because he had no human interaction. He didn't know what time it was. He tried to make these little things to make sure he knew what time it was.
That's why solitary confinement is detrimental to people.
Yes, and this guy, I think, permanently messed himself up. I think it was called Man in a Box or something, and he went on this mission to stay in a box for so many months. And had the essentials handed to him through a hole, and then he would get little clues or something. He would get a deck of cards. Mm-hmm. So then he was just sitting there, but then he was he was literally losing his mind. Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think that's it's wrong. Like human beings are supposed to be around other human beings. We're not meant for solitary.
Oh, he did the whole Wilson thing. Like he was making these little out of a pencil.
Cullen, but listen to the question.
Making these little friends.
The question is $30,000 a week to sit in a pitch black room and do nothing for 8 hours a day. That's 8 hours. It's a regular 9 to 5.
Oh, you only have to sit in there for 8 hours. Hell yeah, give me that money.
I'd be like Zen.
Yeah, I would stay up all night, and then that would be my 30. I'd sleep for 8 hours.
Right, get you. Even if they make you sit, you have a little neck hammock or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, last question. I don't know if we got to 20 or not. You think we did?
Something like that.
Okay, last question, because then we'll wrap it up. But if you could ask your future self from the year 50/50 one question, what would it be?
If you could ask yourself, future self, one question from 50/50.
50/50. How old would you be then?
Oh,
50/50. It's 20, so 30 more years.
50/50, no.
Yeah, in 30 years. No, 20/50.
Oh, 20/50.
Yeah.
Oh. 30 more years, I'll be... What would it be if I could ask myself one question?
Yeah, so how old are you now? You're 35.
I'm 37.
Oh.
Or some shit like that.
Okay, so
how old am I?
36. You gotta be. I'm 34. You're 2 years
37.
old.
I think.
Yeah, sometimes you're 3 years old.
I don't know.
Okay, so now you're 67 years old, and you've got all the wisdom of the next 30 years under your belt, and you can ask yourself one question, would you be like, hey, how did I end up getting out of that?
Yeah, I was about to say, did you file for bankruptcy?
Show me the money. No, I'd be like, what was the winning lottery tickets for next week?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I would ask myself.
Ask yourself what the lottery is.
But my dumbass wouldn't know. I wanted to retain that information or ever looked at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be like, who won the Super Bowl in year 2021? You know what I mean? Like something like that I might have a chance of remembering. You gotta be strategic.
Yeah.
And then how would it alter the future if you asked yourself the right question,
It's
Cullen?
like the whole Back to the Future syndrome.
The ripple effect, the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
That was such a good movie. Do y'all remember that movie? It was with Ashton Kutcher. And he he could go back in time in his memory and like change something, and then it had this butterfly effect. So every time he woke up from changing something in the past, everything was different. Like his friends were different, the people around him, everything. Do you remember that movie?
And that's like the opposite of Groundhog's Day, isn't it? Or something. What's Groundhog's Day? They wake up every day and it was the same thing.
Yeah,
but you could like change. I don't know.
Yeah, but you had to change something significant to get to the next day. This is like going back to the past and messing some stuff up. Like, what if I went back to the past and before Telsa? Is that how you say it, Telsa?
Tesla.
I always get that wrong. And I invented Tesla before that guy could.
Yeah.
Or I broke in that guy's office the day before he patented it and took all the information and patented myself.
Oh, yeah. How would that would F everything up. And like the internet and the White House, you could go in and mess stuff up.
Right?
Or like, what if you like went back in time and like 9/11 didn't happen because you were able to like
stop them,
get on a freaking box cutter and cut them throats and not let them hit the Trade Center.
Right?
How would that alter the whole trajectory of the
whole world,
nation, and
our ties with other countries and the whole world? Okay, wait, one more question, just because I got it on my mind now. Sorry, I'm so stocked up. It was, I read it a minute ago. What did it say? It was like, shit, I forget what it was.
Sound like you snorted a balloon.
I know. I'm dying here. I don't know, Cullen. I forget it now. Oh, here it is. No, it was about the internet or something. It was like, oh yeah. So if computers and like technology like never advanced, right? Remember when we got the first computer in like the 80s or whatever? Mm-hmm. If that never happened and the internet never came to be, and that was not even a thing anymore, do you think the world would be a better place, and why? And or don't you? You know what I mean? Do you think the world would be a better place of technology if we never had the internet?
Possibly, because I don't know though.
I mean, think about it. Like
knowing what I know now. It was a simpler
time back then. Like you didn't really have to keep your doors unlocked, and there wasn't as much.
Your doors locked, you mean?
Oh yeah, you didn't have to keep your doors locked. You didn't have to wear seatbelts. You didn't have to. You know what I mean?
You came home when it was dark and nobody knew where you were or what you were doing.
Yeah, you didn't have a phone. You had to wait. If you weren't home, you had to leave a message and call you back. It was a slower time. Like
with the internet today,
everybody's in such a hurry.
There's so much advantage though because it's such a different world. Like you can literally get on Twitter and tweet anybody around the world, like that is legitimately, verifiably them. Mm-hmm. Versus like back in the day, you wouldn't even know about. You had to write a letter. Yeah, you had to write a letter, or like wait till the 5 o'clock
call
news
the operator
came on to see what happened around the world, if that it was even true or not. Like, I don't know.
There's food for thought, Cullen. Why don't you chew on that one? Tell me. We're excited to get some guests on for y'all in the next coming weeks, so y'all definitely stay tuned for the next few vlogs. I got my baby. She's been so good. She woke up a few minutes ago, but she's just hanging out in her crib. I'm going to go relieve her of that. I'm worried she's going to learn how to climb out.
You need to vlog that or get a nest cam on that.
Yes, definitely check out the vlogs. Cullen's been doing a lot of awesome ones on his channel, and I got my name result coming out. So y'all check out Southern Fried Maple Leaf and, of course, Cullen and Katie. And stay tuned for next 2 Times Tuesday, where we'll have another podcast up for you every week without fail. Don't tell Mom.
Don't tell Mom, episode 83. It's in the books. See you next week. Peace. Don't tell Mom.
That was good.